what are the top 3 of the biggest problems or issues that you are having during the pandemic?
Without the obvious obstacles of not being able to work in the lab, the pandemic has brought communication issues as we are not able to meet up and see precisely what everybody is working on. Additionally, it can be easier to lose track of tasks and deadlines because the usual work environment and routine have been disrupted by this pandemic. Furthermore, it has been even more difficult to find sponsors for our project because not a lot of people have been responding as there are other important issues at hand.
Probably the biggest issue of this pandemic was that we couldn't start working in the lab, and the fundraising became even more difficult because a lot of local companies were struggling. Also, we kind of struggled with our team building and the team spirit because we couldn't meet that often, and we didn't get to meet other interesting personalities from other iGem teams.
The biggest challenges for our team, I think, was to keep track of what each member was doing. With exams and our projects, sometimes deadlines were not really respected, but that didn't stop us. Furthermore, we couldn't start doing scientific experiments and we don't have access to the lab until the end of August, when we can finally start doing some manipulations.
Yeah. And also I think because of the lockdown, finding financial aid was a lot harder than expected, which is quite understandable. But we are lucky because our entrepreneurial group is doing a really good job. So for now, everything is going as planned.
How have you or the team adapted to the new situation?
Well, survival of the fittest.
From the start, we brainstormed ideas to make the best out of this experience. The whole team is very motivated to continue this journey, so we have created an educational YouTube channel to get in contact with the general public, and we collaborate with other teams. We are working on a proceedings journal where other teams can peer review and publish their research, and we have conducted online surveys and interviews with both the community and other professionals in the area.
As the team entered this competition, knowing that there would be an additional obstacle during this time, we tried our best to come up with solutions. To overcome most of the issues, we met online several times during the week to keep everyone updated, make detailed lists to not let anything slip by us, and keep motivating each other through difficulties. I think we have adapted quite well to the circumstances, and I'm definitely proud to be part of this team.
We still continued our individual research and also had our weekly lab meetings, but those were now online. In those lab meetings we talked about collaborations, lab work in detail, and also tried getting comfortable with molecular dynamics and simulation tools in general. Moreover, we also tried to establish some iGem days where we tried to get to know each other and also kept up the team spirit. Additionally, we also recognized the value of good documentation. Since we were forced to write everything down, team members who couldn't attend at the meeting were able to still stay up to date.
At the beginning, it wasn't easy. We barely knew each other and it was difficult to manage distance, work and deadlines while we didn't have time to organize the team building yet. And we had only a few meetings in real life.
And basically we made to-do lists and task trackers to keep organized. We also divided the team into 3 subgroups. So basically we have a human practices group, a finance group and a scientific group. And it was way easier to manage the amount of work we had. Every week we had a subgroup meeting and 1 team meeting. And every 2 weeks we had meetings with our PI, our advisors and our professors. We made reports for every meeting so the people who couldn't be present knew what was happening. And then once we all finished our final exams, we had way more time for iGem and we were way more productive.
Also, as we didn't organize in real life meetings and team buildings, we tried to get to know each other while playing online werewolves and familiars alone and having Netflix party.
What are 3 things that you learned from/during the pandemic?
Learning how to efficiently work from home and manage my time was something I learned during this pandemic, and working for iGem really requires me to manage my time effectively.
Additionally, we learned much quicker to use social media for our advantage and to organize and plan online events and collaborations.
We learned to value the human contact and the ability to meet and discuss in person. Via internet, the discussions are not that on fire as in person. Additionally, we learned how to be flexible enough to maintain our project even during a pandemic. In the course of this, we got into contact with a lot of helpful organization tools, which we'll probably also use in future projects.
Adaptation, organization, and time management. We are obligated to work from home, which comes with its disadvantages. Bad internet connections, parents working at the same time, noises, etc. But we managed to be productive and we found our project.
I think it helped boost our creativity, and it helped us a lot to focalize on our projects since we had way more time to work on it, and good organization basically became the motto of our team.